Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. So I guess by now you have heard about this dress. This is Pastor Jamal Bryant of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Lithonia, Georgia, and his wife, Dr. Carisha Turner Bryant. They attended a United Negro College Fund affair on New Year's Eve, and she wore this dress. And people just cannot stop talking about this dress. So Pastor Bryant has some things to say about people talking about his wife's dress. So let's listen to what he had to say.
Because the other day the internet went crazy about a dress my wife had on. Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund. They never mentioned that she prayed until heaven came down. They never said anything about this was the largest fundraiser for for HBCUs in the country. But insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded people got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. Now you got to help some people, because some people have embraced the full knowledge of ignorance without any assistance for understanding. The dress was not see-through. The dress was flesh color. But because you ain't never been nowhere and ain't never been exposed to nothing, furthermore, I needed to set the record straight. Y'all don't like this. I need to set the record straight. I bought the dress. And I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't mad to y'all. She mad to me.
Well, it doesn't surprise me that he bought the dress, and it doesn't surprise me that he liked it. The question that everybody had on their minds was it appropriate for a preacher's wife? And she's a preacher herself, evidently. So is that appropriate attire for a preacher's wife or a preacher herself to wear in public? Now, considering who these people are, I would say yes, that's appropriate for them. Because anybody trying to take these people seriously in the first place, I think, has a discernment problem. Jamal Bryant is charismatic. He's electrifying. He's intelligent. He's all of those things. But Jamal Bryant already has a very checkered past. I don't know about his wife. Well, this is his second wife, at least his second wife. Jamal Bryant went from the AME church to the Missionary Baptist Church. And that didn't just happen out of nowhere. It was because of his own behavior, as I have been told. So the fact that she wore this dress was a matter of their own personal taste. And if the people of New Birth Baptist Church in Lithonia, Georgia like it, I love it. Because my bar for these people is very low in the first place. She is beautiful. The dress looks good on her. She's in shape. She's a good speaker too. And he pointed out that this is not a see-through dress. It is a flesh tone, flesh colored dress that looks like it's see-through, but it's really not. But these people clearly like attention. Jamal Bryant is a person who has been in that spotlights for one thing or another for the last 20, 25 years. So he likes being in the spotlight. He likes garnering a lot of attention. And so he's married to a woman now that likes the same thing. I'm just the last person to take these people seriously, so I don't think very much of the dress. I think she looks good. And do I think it's appropriate for a preacher? No, I really don't. Not necessarily, but I'm just glad she didn't wear it to church. I wouldn't be surprised if she showed up in church in something like this. Now, where he went off the rail with me was when he started talking about the folks hadn't been nowhere and they didn't know anything because they thought that it was a see-through dress. And it does look like a see-through dress, and it looks like that on because I had a dress like that years ago, and I used to wear the dress, and people thought that I was showing a lot of skin when it wasn't. It was flesh colored material. But he's gonna go on and say folk hadn't been anywhere and they didn't know anything, so you're not sophisticated enough to know that this is whatever he was trying to say. I thought that was inappropriate because people have a right to their opinion. They are public figures even though they are free agents and they can wear what they want to wear in public. But, people are going to talk, and he knows that. He knows that. But to get up in church and scold everybody because people thought the dress was inappropriate, I thought he was a little bit out of order. And what about him saying she prayed till heaven came down? I'm wondering if heaven was looking at that dress. I just don't know about stuff like that. She prayed till heaven came down. I don't even believe that works with black people saying stuff like that after she came up there showing off like she was going to the BET Awards. I'm not sure if that works with a lot of black people, regardless of whether they are ignorant or not. Or maybe he's saying the focus should have been on how much money was raised for HBCUs at the United Negro College Fund Gala. And I think he's right. There should be some emphasis on that. But I think that people who care about things like that, who care about decorum and how things look, I think they have a right to their opinion. Now, having said all of that, I'm going to say something, and I don't want it to seem like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, but I'm glad to see a black woman being presented in a different light. I'm tired of black women in struggle love and getting beat up or being poor or living homeless or losing their SNAP benefits. And I'm sorry about that. But I'm glad to see another face of black women. I'm just not sure that this particular look was right for this particular, position that these people are holding. But again, she did look beautiful. And at least she wasn't at church. So the Jamal Bryant saga continues. One way or the other, he's going to be in the headlines. So anyway, y'all, let me know what you think about this video. Thank you for listening and have a great day.